Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's session, we are going to explore two of the most fundamental pillars of achieving high availability in Azure: availability sets and availability zones. When organizations migrate their applications to the cloud, the goal is not only to gain elastic scalability, but also to ensure resiliency and fault tolerance. Downtime of a mission-critical workload, whether caused by a hardware failure, rack-level disruption, or even a data center-level outage, can directly translate into significant business impact and financial losses. So to mitigate these risks, Azure provides multiple architectural constructs for high availability. Two of the most widely used mechanisms are availability sets and availability zones. These are designed to protect your applications from both localized hardware failures and broader data center level failures, depending on your design choice. By the end of the session, you will clearly understand the architectural concept behind availability sets and availability zones, how each option is implemented within the Azure infrastructure, practical scenarios where one is preferred over the other, and the design trade-offs, such as cost, complexity, and SLA guarantees that you must evaluate before choosing between them. Now, let's first understand what high availability means. High availability simply means keeping your application running even when failures occur. In Azure, this is achieved through two main concepts, and that is, first, fault domains. Think of them as different physical racks inside a data center. Each rack has its own servers, power, and network. If one rack fails, VMs in other racks keep running. Second, update domains. These protect against downtime during planned maintenance. Azure doesn't patch or restart all servers at the same time. Instead, it staggers them across update domains. So, by distributing workloads across fault domains and update domains, Azure reduces the risk of a single failure impacting all your VMs. Now let's understand what is availability sets. An availability set is like a safety net inside a single Azure data center. When you create a VMs, Azure makes sure that your virtual machines are spread across multiple fault domains and update domains. Now let's discuss about its key features. Fault domains consist up to 3, meaning your VMs won't all sit on the same rack. Update domains consist up to 5, meaning when Azure does patching, not all VMs go down at once. Regional scope. It works only within one Azure region and one data center. Cost effective. You don't need to redesign your app. Just put your VMs in a set. Let's discuss the example. Let's say you have a web application with 2 VMs. If one VM is in fault domain 1 and the other in fault domain 2, a hardware failure in FD1 won't affect the VM in FD2. Your application continues to run, though with reduced capacity. Let's discuss about use cases. Legacy applications not designed for distribution. Applications with basic HA requirements. Workloads where cost is more important than maximum protection. Now let's move on to availability zones, which take things a step further. Availability zones are physically separate data centers within a region. Each zone has independent power, cooling, and networking. Let's understand key features. Physical separation. Each zone is like a different building miles apart. Data center level protection. If an entire data center goes offline, other zones still run. Low latency. High-speed fiber connects zones so apps can replicate data in real time. Regional scope. Still within one region, but across multiple data centers. Let's discuss about example. Suppose you deploy a SQL database across Zone 1 and Zone 2. If Zone 1 suffers a power outage, Zone 2 instantly takes over. Your application stays online with minimal downtime. Consider below use cases. Mission-critical apps like banking, healthcare, or e-commerce. Applications with strict SLAs that require 99.99% uptime. Modern distributed apps like microservices running in Kubernetes. Let's put them side by side and see the differences more clearly. Third feature, physical isolation so availability sets gives multiple racks, fault domains, inside one data center, whereas zones gives entirely different data centers within a region. Failure protection, so availability sets protects against rack level failures, whereas zones protects against data center level failures. Cost, so availability sets lower grade for cost sensitive apps, and zone is higher, requires more infrastructure. Complexity easy to implement, just group VMs. Zone is more complex, apps must be zone aware. So, which one should you choose? Ask yourself these questions. How critical is your application? If downtime is unacceptable, then choose availability zones. What's your budget? If cost is a concern, then availability sets are cheaper. Is your app modern and distributed? If yes, then availability zones fit better. Is the service available in your region? Some Azure regions don't yet have zones. To wrap up, availability sets are great for simple, how within a data center, cost-sensitive workloads, and legacy applications. Availability zones provide the highest protection by spreading workloads across separate data centers, but they cost more and require modern architecture. The decision depends on your application's criticality, architecture, and budget. By understanding these two options, you can design applications that are not only scalable but also resilient and reliable in the cloud. I hope this session gave you a clear understanding of how availability sets and availability zones play a crucial role in achieving high availability in Azure. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Azure tutorials. Thanks for watching.